Good morning, children. Welcome to social class. First of all, I'm going to be revise what lesson we are learning. So, we started a lesson about democratic and nationalist revolutions. In that lesson, first I was taken that till now I was taken two classes. One is about English Revolution and American Revolution are covered in one class. Next, in 31st of this August month, I was taken one more class about French Revolution. Then come to that next the balance topic which I'm going to be start today. We know that how the French Revolution is happened, who are the great philosophers, and also that and what is the reason of terror. Come to that here next topic, what is the role of women in the French Revolution. Actually, women was a very leading persons. They are in every revolution, they are the members, but the women was very unhappy because National Assembly was not given chance for women to take the active citizens for electing the members. So we know that National Assembly and preparation of the Constitution, they are not considered the women, and they consider that second grade only. So it means that French, they are not given chance for women for giving that voting road. So the women was very unhappy. So the unhappiness they are always spreading through that media in all the aspects. So it means women was not happy at the time of when the French Revolution was happened, because they are not given chance the women to elect the members, and they are not given chance for active citizens. Even that Jacobin club, the Robespierre, is also not given priority for women. Now come to that balance lesson. Today we are going to be learn three important revolutions which is happened in the region of French, Germany, and also in the region of Italy. So after the region of terror in the region of French, what are the changes was taken and how the movements was success, who played that crucial role, these all the things was going to be learned. So first of all, after region of terror that's led by Robespierre, there was a new, you can say that national convention is formed, and it is called as directory form of government. And the directory form of government means here it is not a one or two members, there are five different type of aristocratic members, means called as some of the rich people or intellectuals are the members of ruling the country. So they form that directory form of government, and this directory form of government there are five executive members. Executive means working committee members, but one biggest problem was these are the members, they are not capable. First drawback was they are not capable. It means they are corrupt, and we can say that they are incapable, they are corrupt, and also there is no unity between one member to other members. So when the directory form of government was formed by the National Convention, and this directory form of government was incapable, and there is no unity, and also that they are corrupt, because of that problem, because of those all the problems, unemployment was rising in the region of France, because people was very unhappy, and also the value of currency is also decreased. That is 100% the value of currency is also decreased. So this all the problems was happened because of the direct government and the people of French, they are seeing that a good leader and a person, those who have to be solved this all the problem. At that time, there was a person name is called as Napoleon Bonaparte, a great young army officer. And Napoleon Bonaparte, he brought that lot of victorious in the wars to the France. It means is a person belongs to the France. He brought lot of victories to the France. Because of that reason, people they have that lot of hopes to the Napoleon Bonaparte. So because of that reason, one of the member, Jacobins Club member, his name is called as Abicias. With support of Abicias, Napoleon Bonaparte formed the government and he ruled the country nearly for 4 years, that is 1799 to 1804. So with the support of Abicias, the hope which is having by the people, that is a great leader, and the leader brought by this person, and his name is called as Napoleon Bonaparte. And Napoleon Bonaparte ruled the country from 1799 to 1804. But after 1804, he himself declared as a emperor from 1805 to 1815, that is 10 years he ruled the country as an emperor. So with the support of Abicias, he was become that ruler. That's a republican government that is called peoples. With the support of peoples, he formed the government, and supported by Abicias, also member of Jacobins Club. Later, he was declared himself as a emperor. And why the people was not stopped this Napoleon's ideology? Because when the Napoleon was become the country's emperor or a prime minister, he made a promise that he's going to clear unemployment. He cleared the unemployment. He increased the value of money, and he provided that lot of unity between one person to other persons. And also, he was only one person having the lot of capable for solving all the problems. Because of that reason, people are very happy under the supervision of Napoleon. But one thing is, people they led the movement. We know that all the people they formed that National Assembly, and they fought against of the kings, that you can say that monarch, and finally they succeed to remove that monarch. But again in 1799, that emperor, you can say that emperor is nothing but like a monarch, and everything should be comes under the control of the Napoleon. That is only one people. The people was feeling that all the people was feeling that they want the people to represent the government. Unfortunately, again the government was fallen into the hands of emperor, that is Mr. Napoleon. Under the supervision of Napoleon, he brought lot of victories to the France. Means he defeated almost all the European countries except Turkey and also the England. Remaining all countries was ruled by Napoleon, because he's the only one person got lot of victories in the region of Europe. Because of this reason, all the European countries are waiting for a chance. Finally, under the supervision of England, all the countries, those who lost under the Napoleon, those all formed together, all European countries formed together, leading by England. And Austria's president, Mr. Metternich, was elected as a chairman for this all the combined army of Europe. All combined army of Europe, they led a war against of Napoleon in 1815. Finally, these are the combined forces. They defeated that Napoleon in 1815 in the War of Waterloo. So in the War of Waterloo, all the defeated European countries, with the support of England, led by Mr. Metternich, Austria chairman, and is a chairman, and the supervision of Metternich, they defeated that Napoleon in the War of Waterloo. After defeat of Napoleon, the government, then these all the countries together, they given chance for monarch. Again, they given chance for monarch. So name is called as Louis 18. So Louis 16, we know that. And next, Louis 18 was become the ruler. And after Louis 18, Charles 10 was become a ruler. When Charles 10 was become the ruler, this is called Charles 10. When the Charles 10 was become a ruler, he was a one person controlled that media, and again he given powers to the nobles and also that feudals. When they given these all the things, people they turn against of Charles 10. Then that is raised for 1830 revolution. So when the people was not happy, when the media was controlled, means they can say the press was controlled, and when the given service for nobles and feudals and clergies, so people turn against, and that is raised for 1830 revolution. When the 1830 revolution was occurred, they removed the Charles 10. Instead of Charles 10, they given chance for new ruler, name is called as Louis Philippe. And Louis Philippe was a people's king, and he is a normal person, and he ruled the country with support of all the members. Unfortunately, this Louis Philippe was given support for middle class, upper middle class people, and remaining all sections of the people like workers, industrial workers, remaining all sections of the people, they turned against of Louis Philippe, and because of some other issues, people just led the movement against of Louis Philippe. So in 1848 revolution was happened. When 1848 revolution was happened, and they removed this Louis Philippe, a new ruler was become a ruler, name is called as Napoleon III. So Napoleon Bonaparte is different, Napoleon III was different. In 1848, after 1848, Napoleon III was become the ruler of French. After long years, in 1871, after the death of Napoleon III, that name is called as Leon Gambetta. His name is called as Leon Gambetta, and they formed the Republican form of government. So Leon Gambetta. So one more time, try to understand that. I will give the sequence of the rulers. First, directory form of government leading by 5 members, and these 5 aristocrats, and these members are incapable. Then the power was taken by Napoleon, and Napoleon was defeated in the War of Waterloo. After Napoleon defeat in the war, the power was taken by Louis 18, and also that next Charles 10. After Charles 10, Louis Philippe. After Louis Philippe, Napoleon III. And that after Napoleon III, the end of the emperor or monarch, then the power was taken by Leon Gambetta, and they ruled the country with support of the people. So that is the end of emperorship in the region of France, and they given chance for the Republican form of government in 1871. 1871, Leon Gambetta was become the Republican. Clear? This is about French. Now see that German Revolution. So what the lesson name is called as Germany Revolution. So what is that Germany Revolution? Till 19th century, all the German, that you can see that 39 different states of Germany, which is the part of Roman Holy Empire. So this all the German states were the part of Holy Roman Empire. So it means all the Germany was supervised by the Holy Roman Empire, that is Christian Empire. Then come to that, when Napoleon, that's that Napoleon Bonaparte, when he was occupied that Germany, all the 39 states was under one control. All the 39 states was one control, that you can say that Rhine Federation, And this all the 39 states was ruled by Napoleon, and the people of Germany was tasted unity. People of Germany was tasted unity. It means till 19th century, before of Napoleon is going to be attacked to the Germany, and people of Germany, they don't have that what is unity, and they don't have that nationalistic feelings also. When Napoleon was attacked that Germany, when all the 39 states was made in one area, that is Rhine Federation, and people was very happy, and they all are feeling that they have a lot of unity. But after the death of Napoleon, these all the 39 states again taken by Roman Holy Emperor. So at the time Prussia made, so Prussia is the largest part of Germany, and the ruler of Prussia was William I, and prime minister name is called as Bismarck. So Prussia is the biggest out of all the German states. William I was the ruler, and Bismarck was the prime minister. And when this, after the death of Napoleon, then the total empire was taken by Roman Holy Emperor. Prussia made a one is called as Zollverein. So Zollverein is a customs union. What is called a Zollverein? Zollverein is a customs union which is formed by Prussia, and after the Zollverein, every 39 states, all the states, they can start the business between one area to other area. So for the purpose of unity, they made that Zollverein for removing all the restrictions between one state to other state, particularly in the trade. After when the unity was started by the feelings of the people, there are some other members like Bismarck and William I. Both members tried for the unification of Germany with the 3 wars, and the 3 wars they did for the 7 years. How the Bismarck tried for the unification, that we are going to be learned. So first, a war with the Denmark. Second, war with the Austria. Third, war with the France. So Denmark war because of Schleswig and Holstein. See that how the Bismarck tried for unification of Germany. So we know that Denmark was the northern part of Germany present in the map. After a long years, that you can say that they had however maintained for these areas, 400 years onwards, these two places, that is Schleswig and Holstein, was taken by the Denmark, and they are people of these areas, Schleswig and Holstein, they are trying for the independence. So here is, so Bismarck made a crucial role for solving the problems of Schleswig. So the reason he made a agreement with the Austria. That agreement must, if they were both, means the Germany will start the war against of Denmark for 2 places. Once if if they won, so Prussia is going to take in the they can say that Austria, and because Austria was given control over to the Holstein. So this Holstein is near to the Austria, and Schleswig is come to the Germany control. So with the agreement of Austria, the Bismarck made a war with the Denmark, and in the war with support of Austria, then they defeated the Denmark, and come to that Schleswig was taken by Bismarck, that's German, and Holstein they had to give to the Austria. This one is happened at the time of 1865. So one more time, so the great opportunity was taken by Bismarck to take the control on Schleswig and Holstein, because these are the two states which comes under the northern side of Germany, and these places was taken by 400 years from the 400 years onwards. These two places was under the control of Denmark. So people of these areas, they're trying to be independence. So for this region, in 1865, Bismarck, with the support of Austria, they attacked the Denmark. Finally, after the war, they won. So Schleswig was taken by Germany and Holstein was taken by Austria. Now, why he was did the war with the Austria? So Bismarck was very careful and skillful for giving the control on this area, that you can say that Holstein. Now, the German Diet is called as the Parliament of Germany, was made a bill for giving Holstein to the Austria. But Bismarck is not having any interest to give these areas to the Austria. So the region, he was made a very crucial role to stop the other countries' support. So the reason they want to be neutral Austria. So he was always very good friendship with the Russia. It means Russia will not involve in the matters of Bismarck and Germany. Again, he was made support of France. So he made an agreement with the France, that is, the France would be a neutral. Neutral means should not involve in the war. So France would be neutral in the war for the purpose then that Germany will accept to spread the French Empire towards to the Rhine Federation. It's a part of Germany. So French is also neutral. Again, he was made in agreement with the Italy. So name is called as Venetia or Venice. So once if they support in the war and Germany made a promise to the Italy, we give you control on Venetia. So because of these all the factors, Bismarck started a war against of Austria. And Austria is also one country, powerful country at the time. 150,000 soldiers they sent to control Italy and the Venetia. It means the army of Austria divided into two. One is to control Italy to occupy on Venetia. One is to control that southern states of Germany from Germany's side. So because of this factor, after completion of war, in the war they defeated that means the Germany defeated Austria. After completion of Austria, lot of areas like, so already they made a promise. So it is Schleswig and Holstein. Now the two places was taken by Germany and also called as Holstein, Hanover, Hesse-Kassel, Hesse-Darmstadt and Frankfurt. These all the areas was taken by Austria. Now almost all the places was taken by Germany except a few southern states of Germany. So states like Bavaria, Baden, Württemberg, Hesse-Darmstadt, these are the areas. Now the problem is a war. Why the war was started with the French? So French war is a matter again that the Bismarck accepted to spread the Empire of French towards to the Rhine Federation. But again now Bismarck is not happy to give French. So the reason French, they don't have any other option. It means at the time French comes under the control of Napoleon III. So Bismarck is not happy. So Bismarck is also a chance for waiting for a chance to attack on Germany. So on this time there was one problem is happening in the region of French. In 1863, Spain ruler name is called as Isabella. Remember carefully, it's a very important question. Name is called as Ems Telegram. In 1863, Spain ruler name is called as Isabella. People of Spain, they are fed up with this ruler. So they are not happy with this ruler. So the reason the people of Spain, they are asking for Leopold II for ruling the country of Spain. When they are requesting to the Leopold II, but what is the link up with this one? Because Leopold II was the relative of William I, the Prussian king. So France asked to the William I should be neutral, should not involve in the matters of Spain succession. So William I accepted, and Leopold II is also not ready to take the power on Spain. But Napoleon III asked to the William I complete confirmation and word on that issue. So William I is not happy with that. He wrote a letter from Ems, is a place in the region of Germany, to that Berlin where Bismarck was staying. So he wrote a letter. So what is the matter which is happened in the region of Spain matter? For everything he wrote a message, a telegram from Ems to Berlin. This is called as Ems telegram. So when this one is happened, so the reason that Bismarck is also declared war, means French declared war on this Germany issue. Finally, after this war, in this war also, Bismarck raised Germany. They defeated that French. Finally, in 1871, Germany was become an independence. So one more time, so what we learned, so once you try to recollect. So matter first, Bismarck, once upon a time, all German states, the 39 states comes under the control of Holy Roman Empire. And this one is united by the Napoleon. People was very happy, they want to be united. But Holy Roman Empire was not accepted. And come to that next. And we can say that Zollverein is a customs union was formed by Prussia. And this union was accepted for free trade. Finally, Bismarck and William I tried for the unification of Germany with 3 wars for 7 years. First war with Denmark for 2 places with support of Austria. Next, with support, they want to defeat that Austria with support of French, Russians, Italians. And finally, they defeated the French also. Because of this, all the factors, in 1871, Germany was united and it became an united Germany, and William I was become the king of Germany. So that is a Germany unification was started. Come to that now, Italy. Italian unification, and Italian unification is come to that very critical. Should be remembered that famous persons for unification of Italy was 3 persons. 3 persons working for the unification of Italy. One is called as Cavour. One is called as and one more thing was Italian unification. First of all, should be know that Victor Emmanuel II, the king of Italy, and is the king of that name is called as Sardinia and Piedmont. Sardinia and Piedmont was the one of the biggest area and that area is ruled by Victor Emmanuel II. And this Victor Emmanuel II and his Prime Minister Mr. Cavour working for the unification of Italy with the 5 stages with support of Joseph Mazzini and Garibaldi, and with their organizations they got for independence. So before of that, how they got independence and how the Germany was there. Similarly, in the region of how the Germany was there, and see, you also can found in the region of Italy also. So it is not united between one state to other state. So in the region of Italy, northern, you see the map of Italy. This is called as map of Italy. Sardinia and Piedmont, Lombardy, Venetia. So we know that, you remember that Venetia, when the Bismarck war with Austria, and at the time the war for the Venetia only. So at the time when Bismarck is doing war with the Austria, half of the army they send Austria to control the Venetia. So at the time, so Bismarck's idea was, if they made an agreement with the Italy, half of army they will send to control the Italy, and half of army they will send to control that Germany. So with the support only, so it is at northern side, southern side, and also that central side. So northern side of Italy, this comes under the control of Austria and also called as Habsburg family. So northern side, which comes under the control of Austria and Habsburg family. Central means that is Rome. Rome means we know that Christians, one of the different type of churches, and the top church can found in the region of Rome only. So the central part comes under the control of Pope control, and southern part comes under the control of Bourbon King of Spain. So southern is Spain control, north is Austria's control, and central is Pope control. And Sardinia, you can say that Sardinia and Piedmont you can find in the region of northern side, which is ruled by a king of Italy, name is called as Victor Emmanuel II. First is that Joseph Mazzini, and this Joseph Mazzini in the time of during 1830s, he has that one group name is called as Young Italy. So this person, Joseph Mazzini, he has a lot of dreams for unification of Italy. So the reason he formed that one organization name is called as Young Italy. So which organization is formed by Joseph Mazzini? Young Italy. So in the Young Italy, only below 40 years age people only are members, and these are the members. They will try for the unification, and this organization is secret organization without any support of the government. So this Mazzini's Young Italy is always creating lot of disturbances, and they are doing that revolutions against of the government. And he also one of the person succeeded to remove that foreigners from the region of Italy. Even Garibaldi, he also have that army name is called as Red Shirt, and this Garibaldi is like adventures. He is a one person working as a sailor, but because of unification of Italy, he was joined in the region of Italian's army, and he found that one group name is called as Red Shirts, and this Red Shirt is also working for the development of unification of Italy. The southern part, they can say the Bourbon King, that's a part which are occupied by the Garibaldi and that Red Shirt, and these people they given to that Victor Emmanuel II. So these are some different type of persons are working for the unification of Italy. Finally, these all the members. Cavour, take the example, is a prime minister and a literate and educational person, is always going to the other countries to learn about the position of other countries, and with the support of this Cavour, and he was appointed prime minister for the Victor Emmanuel II. With his ideology and influence, he almost all the places attacked by with the ideology of Cavour only. So it means the unification of Italy was taken by the great persons like Cavour, Joseph Mazzini and Garibaldi with their organizations, that is Young Italy and also the Red Shirt, and they finally succeeded to remove the foreigners like Spain, Austria, Habsburg, and also that other members control. Finally, in 1871, that Italy became an independent and Victor Emmanuel to become the king of Italy. So this is your lesson. So once we will see that what we learn in this complete unit. First, we learn about English Revolution led by the Stuart and also the Tudor dynasty, and how and why it is called as bloodless or English, otherwise called as glorious revolution. This all thing you learn in that first. Next, American Revolution and how Americans ruled by the British, and finally how the people of America they fought against of the England. So, and there is a one famous slogan, you can say, the no taxation without representation. And also French Revolution, Louis XVI, how he was struggled, why he want to increase the taxes, and who tried for form the National Assembly, and what type of voting they want to conduct, these all things. Even we know the Reign of Terror led by the Robespierre. And today I explain about Bismarck's role in the French unification, and also that next Germany unification, and also Italy unification. So this is your lesson. So try to complete the worksheet. And one more thing is, from today onwards, means from last week onwards only, every worksheet you can write in the homework book and send to me. After reopen the school, we are going to be check all the worksheet. So based upon that, we will allow the marks. Thank you very much.